أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. I have a full intention to come here and say you heard enough, so I should not say that, but something happened. Mohtaram Sadr Sahab wrote email to me that I should talk to Ansarullah Ijtima, and I said okay, but I think he sent something. So he came to me few weeks later, talked to me in person and said, I want you to say something, not say something, I want you to speak. That was a difficult situation. And the reason is that I don't know whether, I know he's a smart man, how to figure that out, that was my intention, or I'm becoming too predictable. Either case, somebody say, you can say no. Here is the problem. This is Ansarullah Ijtima. He is Sadr Ansarullah, and I am a Nasir. I am supposed to follow his directions. That's the way it works. So within the Ansarullah Tanzim, we have to obey our Sadr. Within the Jamaat Tanzim, you have to follow the Amir. But as Ansarullah Sadr, he also has to follow his local Zaim. He is not Sadr in his local Zayamat. He is a normal, just like me and you, a Nasir in his local Zayamat. And the Zaim has the authority to tell him what to do when it comes to the local matter. He cannot say I am president, I'm a Sadr, so I would not do it. And that's the beauty of the Nizam-e-Jamaat. So goes further, Majlis-e-Amla has no special status in their local Jamaat, National Majlis-e-Amla. Whether Amir or secretary, national secretaries, they are just a member of the local Jamaat. And they are not entitled to front row seats, if there is any in any Jamaat, but they have to follow their local presidents. Whether it's Amir, Naib Amir or secretary, they said, they come under local president, same way as any other non-office holder in that Jamaat. But as a member of the Jamaat, if there is a national issue or project, then of course they come under national Amarat. It may be confusing, but it should not be. It is very simple. You follow your local office holders. Doesn't matter what you hold as nationally. I remember when I was 17-year-old, I was made a Saik in Khuddam al-Ahmadiyya. Not many people have this system here. And who I got in my 10th father. Sadr Khuddam al-Ahmadiyya National, Mir Dawood Ahmad Sahib, Naib Sadr Khuddam al-Ahmadiyya International, Hazrat Mirza Tahir Ahmad Sahib, Mirza Rafi Ahmad Sahib, who became National International Sadr afterward. So all these giants, in my opinion, of Khuddam al-Ahmadiyya were under me. And then they give me the form to fill it up, ask them whether they do 5 prayers or not. So, what you do? That's what I did. So I made a point to go to Masjid Mubarak 5 times to make sure they get there. Wow, I may not have made a point, my mother told me to do so. So any event, this is basically what Nizam-e-Jamaat is. We all understand that the blessing comes to follow the Nizam-e-Jamaat, it's not because we have some extraordinary quality and that's why we become the office holder. It's not true. All office holders work at the pleasure of Khalifatul Masih. We must understand it. And once he approves it, then God blesses the performance of those office holders. Without the Khilafat, we are nothing as I just mentioned. So I take this opportunity and read to you some instructions from founder of Ansarullah, Hazrat Muslim Maud radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. After he formed the Majlis Ansarullah, this is in the beginning, he had different areas where he had addressed Ansar, their responsibilities, and I thought this would be a good time to remind us all. Once he said, initially when Ansarullah ka wajood apni jagah nahayat zaruri hai, I will translate in English later. Ansarullah का वजूद अपनी जगह नहायत ज़रूरी है क्योंकि तजर्बा जो कीमत रखता है वो अपनी ज़ात में बहुत अहम होती है। इसी तरह उमंग और जोश जो कीमत रखता है अपनी ज़ात में बहुत अहम होती है। खुदामुल अहमदिया नुमाइंदे हैं जोश और उमंग के और अंसारुल्लाह नुमाइंदे हैं तजर्बा और हिकमत के। और जोश और उमंग और तजर्बा और हिकमत के बगैर कोई कौम कभी कामयाब नहीं हो सकती। That was in 1943. We all know we're going to get a quiz when the Majlis Ansarullah was formed, I think, so I don't want to prejudice that answer here. So then he said, मेरी गरज अंसारुल्लाह और खुदा मलामदिया की तंजीम से ये है कि इमारत की 4 दीवारों को मैं मुकम्मल कर दूँ। एक दीवार अंसारुल्लाह है, दूसरी दीवार खुदामुल अहमदिया और तीसरी दीवार अतवारुल अहमदिया और चौथी दीवार लजनाते अमाउल्लाह। अगर ये चारों दीवारें एक दूसरे से अलग-अलग हो जाएं तो ये लाजमी बात है कि कोई इमारत खड़ी नहीं हो सकेगी। इमारत उस वक्त मुकम्मल होती है जब उसकी 4 दीवारें आपस में जुड़ी हुई हों। अगर अलग-अलग हों तो वो 4 दीवारें एक दीवार जितनी कीमत भी नहीं रखती, क्योंकि अगर एक दीवार हो तो उसके साथ सतून खड़े करके छत डाली जा सकती है, लेकिन अगर हों तो 4 दीवारें, लेकिन चारों अलग-अलग खड़ी हों तो इन पर छत नहीं डाली जा सकेगी। और अगर अपनी हमाकत की वजह से कोई शख्स छत डालेगा तो वो गिर जाएगी, क्योंकि कोई दीवार किसी तरफ होगी और कोई दीवार किसी तरफ। ऐसी हालत में एक दीवार का होना ज़्यादा मुफीद होता है बजाय इसके कि 4 दीवारें हों और चारों अलग-अलग हों। देने से बस मैं खुदामुल अहमदिया और अंसारुल्लाह दोनों को नसीहत करता हूँ कि उन्हें अपने आप को तफरका और शकाक का मूजब नहीं बनाना चाहिए। अगर किसी हिस्से में शकाक पैदा हो तो खुदा ताला के सामने जवाब दे होंगे, मेरे सामने भी जवाब दे होंगे, और जो भी इमाम होगा उसके सामने में जवाब होना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि हमने ये मौका सवाब हासिल करने के लिए मुहैया किए हैं, क्योंकि हमने ये मौके सवाब हासिल करने के लिए मुहैया किए हैं, इसलिए मुहैया नहीं किए कि जमात की जो ताकत पहले से हासिल है वो भी ज़ाया हो जाए। Then he said in another occasion, अंसारुल्लाह वो तंजीम के लिहाज से अलग हैं, मगर बहरहाल वो लोकल अंजमन का एक हिस्सा हैं, लोकल जमात। इनको भी कोई प्रेसिडेंट बहैसियत जमात हुक्म नहीं दे सकता। हाँ, फर्दन वो अंसारुल्लाह के हर मेंबर को अपनी मदद के लिए बुला सकता है। So the president cannot call upon them as a majlis, but as an Ahmadi, कि वो लोकल अंजुमन के हर प्रेसिडेंट के साथ पूरे तौर पर ताउन करें। बहरहाल कोई प्रेसिडेंट अंसारुल्लाह को बहैसियत अंसारुल्लाह या खुदामुल अहमदिया को बहैसियत खुदामुल अहमदिया किसी काम का हुक्म नहीं दे सकता। वो ये तो कह सकता है कि चूँकि तुम अहमदी हो इसलिए आओ और फलां काम करो, मगर वो ये नहीं कह सकता कि आओ अंसार ये काम करो और आओ खुदाम ये काम करो। खुदाम को खुदाम का ज़हीन मुखातब कर सकता है और इंसार को इंसार का ज़हीन मुखातब कर सकता है। मगर चूँकि लोकल अंजुमन इन दोनों पर मुश्तमिल होती है, इंसार भी इसमें शामिल होते हैं और खुदाम भी इसमें शामिल होते हैं, इसलिए तो हैसियत जमात खुदाम और इंसार को कोई हुक्म ना दे सके, मगर हर खादम और अंसारुल्लाह के हर मेंबर को एक अहमदी की हैसियत से बुला सकता है। और खुदाम और अंसार दोनों का फ़र्ज़ है कि उसके अहकाम की तामील करें। I read the English translation now. The existence of Ansarullah is very essential in its own place because the value of experience is important. Similarly, ambition and enthusiasm is important in themselves. Khudam al-Ahmadiyya are representative of ambition and enthusiasm, and Ansarullah representatives of experience and wisdom, and no nation can be successful without ambition and enthusiasm and experience and wisdom. Then he said, my purpose of organization of Ansarullah and Khudam al-Ahmadiyya is to complete the four walls of the building. First is Ansarullah, second is Khudam al-Ahmadiyya, third wall is Atfal al-Ahmadiyya, and fourth wall is Lajna Ma'ullah. If these four walls disintegrate from each other, then it is obvious that any building cannot stand. A building is complete when all its four walls are connected. If they are separate, then all these four walls are not worth even a single wall. Because if there is one wall with erection of pillars, a roof can be constructed. But if there are four walls standing alone, then it is impossible to construct a roof on the top of them. And if out of ignorance, if someone tries to put a roof, it will fall down because one wall will be in one direction and another wall will be in a different directions. In such a scenario, it is better to have one wall than to have four walls that are separate of each other. Therefore, to both Khudam al-Ahmadiyya and Ansarullah, I advise that they should not make themselves cause of separation and conflict. If there is a separation in any part, then although they are answerable to Allah, they are also answerable to me, as well as whoever will be the Imam. They will be answerable to him as well, because we have provided these opportunities to earn reward. These opportunities are not provided to lose the strength we already have. Hazur further say, the purpose of the status of Ansarullah is an auxiliary, is separate but is definitely part of the local Anjuman. No president can order them in capacity of Jamaat. Yes, he can call upon Ansar for help individually, and it is the duty of Ansarullah to fully cooperate with every president of the local Anjuman. Nonetheless, no president can issue any order to Ansarullah as Ansarullah or to Khudam al-Ahmadiyya as Khudam al-Ahmadiyya. He can say that you are Ahmadis to come and do this work, but he cannot say that come Ansar, do this work, and come Khudam, do this work. Zaim Khudam can address Khudam, and Zaim Ansar can address Ansar, but because local Anjuman consists of both of them, Ansar are included in it, and Khudam also included in it. Therefore, he cannot call upon Khudam and Ansar in his capacity of Jamaat, but he can call upon every Khadam and every member of Ansarullah as Ahmadi, and it is study duty of both Khudam and Ansar to obey his instructions. So that briefly tells us about the Nizam-e-Jamaat, and if you go back to what Ansarullah said about the change, if we follow the Nizam-e-Jamaat, change becomes very easy. Because we follow the Nizam-e-Jamaat, it is established by Khulafa, and it's constantly moving. There are changes according to the conditions, according to different environments. But rules and regulation has to come from the top, from Khalifatul Masih. And there are always some changes, we have to comply by that. But if we follow the Nizam-e-Jamaat truly, then it becomes very easy. But to follow the Nizam-e-Jamaat, the most important thing is we have to instill humility and modesty in ourselves and shun any kind of arrogance. I think I'll stop here. Jazakallah.
रोशनी का सफर।